deal making is all about people. So when it comes to staying in touch with people, it's something that's really important. Over the years, I've gone through a lot of different CRMs and testing different methods and creating my own spreadsheets. And it's never been something that it's worked really well that in my business, I feel like, okay, this is just down packed. And I still don't think, and I'm going to give you guys a recommendation. It's not the end all be all, but I am happier than I've ever been with the current CRM system that we're using. There's kind of two aspects to my deal making that's really crucial for me. One is the buy side and one is investor. And so anytime I meet somebody that may have a business that I want to stay in contact with, that, it's really, really rare that I make contact with a business and they're ready to sell within the first month of me contacting them. So, and then I've had other people who are literally 4 or 5 years down the line, I end up hearing from them and they're ready to sell. So you got to have something where you're staying in contact with people for a very long period of time and you're trying to stay as much as possible front of mind so that when they're ready to sell, they come to you and they don't go to a broker or somebody else. Now, the other folks that it's crucial that you stay in touch with are lenders and investors. So having those folks that, it's very rare that I meet an investor and, they're ready to close a deal within a month of me contacting them. Most of the time, I don't have the kind of deal that they're excited about, or they want to just learn more about what we're doing. And so again, it takes this long method of staying in contact over the course of years and eventually find a deal that they're excited about and they want to participate in. So when it comes to the type, what I look for in the type of CRM that I want to use, I don't have some complex kind of algorithm or anything. The number one thing is I want to keep in touch with people that I'm meeting on a regular basis and kind of just be able to go to a CRM and see who all those people are. The second thing is I want to be able to quickly see. I travel a lot, and if I'm landing in a city, I want to be able to contact those folks that are the most important to my business in that city, be able to have dinner with them, be able to, coffee, whatever the case may be. In some cases, bring a lot of them together. And it's just really valuable. I was at a dinner last night where it's a lot of deal makers, and as this space grows, there's a lot to learn. I spent some time with a guy who's built up a team of 8 writers, and all he buys is blogs. And it's talking about we're looking at building up a new team. We've done a lot of outsourcing, just some different things that we've done, and so we're kind of taking some of that and maybe creating a central team. So I was able to learn some things that he's kind of had the hard knot lessons of, and we can implement that into what we're up to. So I want to be able to land in a city and connect with the people that are important to my business in that city and be able to see who those people are and reach out to them really easily. And the other part is being able to organize those folks for dinners and know what the common interests are and who it makes sense to get with who, so that everybody kind of benefits from those contacts. And then I don't have a lot of time to, I can't have a CRM that is my full-time job. So that's kind of that last factor that I'm looking for, is when I've got a CRM, I'm not having to spend 2 hours a day. I remember I used to have a mortgage company we bought. And when I bought the company, we inherited a CRM that they used, and all the mortgage originators used this thing. And it was just such a pain. Like, the originators were spending 2-3 hours a day just maintaining this thing and keeping up, let alone just actually doing the work. So let's talk about some of the fields. Now, I'm using software called Airtable. I'm a very big fan. And that's kind of one of the things I wanted to do a video. It's been a long time since I came across one that I was a fan of. So we got several fields that you can customize it, and this is what I keep track of. Obviously, I'm keeping track of the first and last name, email for obvious reasons, phone number, and then we get into, I want to know their industry and skills. If I'm looking at a business, I want to know who in my network may be able to help me with that deal, even if they're not a investor in a deal or seller in the business, they may be somebody that I just want to pull into the business. Whether interest outside of business, and this becomes something, if I'm organizing some people in the city to do an activity together, I don't want to bring somebody for coffee and they're like, I don't like coffee. That doesn't work. I don't want to invite somebody to a seafood restaurant and they're allergic to seafood. So I just try to put some of those tidbits that I pick up. And I definitely don't want to do it twice. So if I invite somebody to a seafood restaurant and they tell me I'm allergic to seafood, I don't want to come back to that city 2 years later, haven't forgot that, and invite them to another seafood restaurant. So I want to make sure as I'm gathering information, I'm putting that stuff in there. Obviously, I want to know what the location is, what the company is that they are currently working on, and then how we met, just as a reminder. And then just general notes. And this is where I put in what they're looking for when they want me to follow up, if they, are looking to sell. So those are the things that I would put into the fields which you can create in this Airtable type of environment. So Airtable is the app. I'm a fan for a lot of different reasons, and you'll see once you guys get to start using it. And I've got a free gift for you guys I'll tell you about in a sec. But one of the reasons I love it is you've got an app where you can just easily go in there and update things. So if you want the template that I'm using, just get using my template within Airtable, I'll send you a link to the type of template that I'm using, and would love for you to check it out. Just shoot me an email at ace@acechapman.com or hit me on Instagram, ace.chapman. Thanks for checking out the video, homies.